Hello everyone and welcome to my MultiVersus tier list. Today we're going to be ranking the 17 characters who are currently in the roster. We're not doing Rick and Morty because they're not in the game yet. Um, we're ranking them on who is the most overpowered to play against. The reason I'm doing this is because I haven't yet got around to actually playing every character myself, so I can't rank them by how fun they are or how good they are or whatever. Um, I've only played like 6 or 7 of them. So yeah, once I've played them all, I will post that video. But for now, we're gonna rank them on how overpowered they are to play against them. So to start it off, we're gonna go with a clear one. If it's in 1v1s, the person to go in the unfair category, like number one spot, has to be Tom and Jerry. Has to be. Every single time I get matched with Tom and Jerry, I know I like lean forwards on my chair like right, I've actually got a focus for this one. Those people are not fun to go against. But to be fair, Tom and Jerry is a very hard character to learn. So I'm gonna keep it up here because to play against someone who plays Tom and Jerry who is actually really good as them, it's impossible to win. Like you got no chance. But if it's someone who's just starting, they're probably down here and respectable. Like they're still very good, but they're very hard to play as. So yeah, that's why Tom and Jerry's definitely going in unfair, but you can also argue that it is maybe respectable. Second place has to be Shaggy. Everyone knows it. Shaggy is stupidly overpowered. A very good character. Obviously only like his main move. Everyone online is him just spams Super Saiyan and then goes and throws a big sandwich at you or some shit. But either way, Shaggy is a very good character, and it doesn't take long to learn him. So he's definitely unfair. Like stupidly unbalanced. You could probably play him for maybe 2 or 3 hours and you're already like god tier Shaggy because he's just so easy to learn. Um, so yeah, he's definitely up there in second place in the unfair category. Um, the third one, I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick. This is when like those two, I feel like everyone's gonna put in the S tier, the unfair for me. Um, but for me, it's like after that like I'm so different to everyone else. I've really been struggling against certain characters, and you could say it's maybe because I play a lot of Harley Quinn, who is an assassin. So the people that would be unfair to overpowered to me would be the people that counter assassins. So maybe that's bruisers or tanks. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really played the game for long enough to know yet. But no, I have actually played a lot of Wonder Woman, a lot of Batman, a lot of Superman, and who's the other character I've played a good amount of? Oh, Bugs Bunny. Yeah, so there he is. I was looking for Bugs Bunny, I couldn't see him anywhere. Yeah, anyway. So I've played quite a few classes and I always seem to struggle against the same sort of characters, but it's very different to everyone else. But next I'm gonna put Finn. The same reason that Finn the same reason as why Shaggy is up there. Finn is just like so easy to get really good at. Like, I know 3 people that play this game and I think 2 of them play Finn already, and they're already like pretty good as him because he's very. I wouldn't say he's as easy as Shaggy, but he's still very very easy to play. So yeah, he's definitely up there and unfair as well. Maybe Godly, maybe like the top of Godly. You know what? For now, I'm gonna leave him there, and we'll see. The next one, I feel like a lot of people would argue with this. Like I know Will doesn't agree with me. I would say Velma. Velma's actually really fucking good. Like and, well, I would not good. She's very good at running away. It's very hard to hit her because she's so small, and she'll just either shoot homing words at you, like the word kablam comes and knocks you onto your ass on the opposite side of the arena. Very weird. Or she spends a whole game running around collecting evidence and then arrests you. And I'm yet to be killed by that, but I can imagine I mean, it is definitely annoying, but I can imagine it could like end up killing me if I was to play a character that isn't so fast, maybe. I don't know. I feel like the only reason I'm so good against Velma is because I play an assassin all my time. But I know that I had a game when I was playing Superman where I kind of struggled to grab her, and it was a bit of a pain. So yeah, I definitely would say Velma is fourth. I wouldn't say she's godly though. I would say like respectable, but obviously, if I'm saying she's fourth, then she's got to be up here. Um, who would I put next? Probably Bugs Bunny. I feel like Bugs Bunny is definitely a really good character, 100%. I've played a bit of Bugs Bunny and I didn't really like him that much. But online, when people are spamming those rockets, diving underground, smacking you with a hammer, what was the other thing he does all the time that's really annoying? I don't remember. Either way, Bugs Bunny is quite a He's a mage, same as Tom and Jerry, but he's quite like, I don't know. I don't really know why he's so good, but he just seems like very. He'll like, oh, what's the word? He'll overwhelm you with like loads of different attacks, and they're all very big and very damaging attacks. And there's been quite a few times where I don't think this happened to me once actually, but quite a few times where Will has, oh no, it has happened to me once. You land, like, you get thrown up in the air and you recover, and you don't go out of get a ring, you don't get ringed out, is that how to put it? But then you accidentally land on top of Bugs's rocket and it just blasts you. Like, in a millisecond, you've teleported all the way out of bounds and you're dead. So that's why I would say definitely Bugs Bunny is a very good character. Okay, next is a character that most people put second, third, maybe fourth. I've got them sixth, and they're not going to be godly, and it's Arya Stark. And the reason is because ever since I played Arya Stark, it is so easy to beat her. For anyone that struggles against Arya Starks, please play her and realize all that people do is just spin constantly. That's all they do. They just spin all day long. So if you see someone, if you play as Arya Stark and you understand the playstyle, it's a lot easier to know how to not get stuck in their spins, I guess. So ever since that, I've not really struggled against Arya Starks at all. I'd say the only Arya Stark type that actually I still struggle against because they don't spin all the time is the bots. Whenever I play an Arya Stark in a bot lobby, like my warm-up games, or I've been playing a lot of bot lobbies instead of online recently because my MMR is glitched and it isn't going up anymore. So I was like, oh, well, I don't want to play too much online. I feel like I'm wasting it all. So I'll just wait until next season. But yeah, when I play Arya Stark in bot lobbies, I'd say that one is a bit harder because they're not as predictable. But yeah, I wouldn't say Arya Stark is an amazing character. Definitely good for sure, but like respectable is a perfect category for her because she's not amazing, but if you can be less predictable, she is a really good character, a very good assassin. Next, now most people put this character probably down in meh or terrible. Superman. Ever since I started playing Superman, I've realized how. Oh no, actually, I would say he's up here before I started playing him, because he is unfair. You get launched into the air, or you just jump in the air, and he grabs you and throws you. Or if you go too high, he'll do an up grab, and then he just launches you out the map. And there's no way to get out of it. It's a real pain in the arse if you've already used some of your jumps and dodges in the air. So you won't be able to recover. Just after they do a little light throw when you're on 50 damage, you just die. But now that I've played the game a lot and also played Superman quite a bit, I know that the simple way is just when you get high on damage, you stick to ground moves, you stick in the center of the map, and you just, if you see the Superman going up in the air, then you like kind of run to the other side of them to get away from them. And ever since then, I'd say they're still a very good character. Not very powerful, although I seem to get really high damage games with him. So I would say he is pretty good if you know how to use him, maybe. And I'm definitely not great at the game with him, so you could probably get a lot better than even I am. Um, but yeah, if you just like do those steps to counter him, he isn't unfair anymore. But a lot of people are putting him down here, and I wouldn't say he's that, because that move alone, if you're high on damage, you're screwed. That one move, and it takes a tiny bit of skill to do. So I would definitely say he's a respectable character. He's very good. He could be godly. I wouldn't say he's unfair anymore, but he could be godly. But I would put him in respectable, definitely. Next is a character, once again, that a lot of people put down in terrible, free win even. I've seen guides where they are the only character that is in the F rank. And I'm like, how? How have you put Iron Giant above this character? And that's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's a very good character. She's really good. I would say that maybe she's more average. I'd say, maybe. I don't know. She's really good. Like, if you like have the upgrade on her where the tip of her lasso does a lot of knockback, if you get someone to about 70, you can get them out, or maybe 80, 90, maybe more like, you can get them out by doing a well-aimed lasso. I've got her to level 15. I got her all the way up to level 13, I think, and then I bought new characters because I bought the Founders Pack. And obviously got a character ticket so I could finally afford all the other characters. But yeah, before that I played her a lot, and every time your cooldown for the shield is finished, you use it again, protects you and your team for a little while. Also, I feel like, I don't know if this is just me, but whenever I've got my shield back, I just get confidence, and I will literally keep the shield on me for the whole, like, I don't know, 5 seconds until it disappears, or 10 seconds. I'll just keep it on me because I'm not getting hit, because I've just got more, like, I don't know, confidence in the way that I fight. So, I don't know, that alone, it makes me feel like Wonder Woman is a very good character because of her constant armor giving. She's more of a support than she is a tank. I mean, don't get me wrong, she can take hits, definitely. Not as well as Superman and Iron Giant, but she can take hits. But I don't know, she's a very good character. So I'm kind of confused why people are always putting her down the bottom. I would definitely put her up the top there. Next is a character that I mean, two characters actually in a row that I'm very sad I have to put here, but they're not great. Like they're good, they're all right, but they're not as good as like how I played them. Like when I played them, I was destroying, and yet online they're terrible. I'd put Batman in average, and I think I might put Harley Quinn in meh. Maybe average. We'll go with average. I think there's more respectable, but Batman above Harley Quinn. Yeah, Batman above Harley Quinn. I mean, they're both really cool. Very cool bruiser and very cool assassin. I like them a lot. To play them, I mean. But when you actually look at their moves list, and I mean, more importantly, you go against one online, I'm yet to go up against either of them that are actually good. Most people with Harley Quinn are, like, just lost, I feel like. And most people with Batman are only playing them because, oh, it's Batman. They don't really know what they're doing. Which was probably me, to be fair, when I played them. But yeah, I don't know. I would put both of them in average. Neither of them are that special. They're alright, sure, definitely. But not as good as even Superman. Definitely not characters like Velma. And if we're talking comparing to other bruisers, I feel like Batman is more of a bruiser than Shaggy, but Shaggy is just so much more powerful. And for Harley Quinn, Finn is so much better of an assassin than Harley Quinn is. So it's kind of sad. I'd say Arya Stark is also a lot better than Harley Quinn, which is very sad to have to say that because, as I've just said, these are probably my two favourite characters to play as. But going against them, I've never struggled against either of them before, which is very sad. Okay, moving into the shit section, the meh, the terrible, and the free win. Um, I'm thinking maybe first of moving Batman and Harley Quinn to respectable, but I think at the end of this, I'm going to juggle a few around and be like, right, there, that's my final result. But yeah, I'd say next is probably it's between I'd say these two. There's a fly in my face. I'd say it's maybe between these two, possibly Jake. I'm gonna go with Steven Universe. Steven Universe next, definitely. I want to point out I have actually made a plan for this video, but I made this plan as I've been playing the game, I've been building up a tier list on my in my notes on my phone, and now I've actually put in the tier list into a video because I finally finished it. But sitting here right now, I'm moving stuff around because I'm like, oh, I don't know. I feel like this one's since I made this list, I feel like I've played a few games and maybe one's better. But no, I would say Steven Universe is next. He has one really cool ability, which is why maybe he's even average, but he is kind of he's an expert tier character. I don't know how he's that, but I feel like maybe that means he could be a bit hard to learn, possibly. Not as hard as people like Tom and Jerry and Arya Stark, but definitely harder. But yeah, he's got one cool move, one signature perk that makes another move is really good. You know that move where he makes a shield appear above him, and you can use it as a platform, or when you like do an up smash, or down smash even, and it knocks someone into it. This signature perk makes them have double knockback, I think, after that. It's so overpowered. I've died so many times on like 50 damage because someone's done an up smash into it, and then I've just been pounded back into the ground, like into the ground, off the edge, on the ground. Yeah, on the bottom, on the ring out, black pink thing, whatever you call it. Either way, I've died to that quite a few times. Quite annoying. Definitely not a great character. I feel like that's the only good thing about Steven Universe, but I'm definitely going to put him here instead of down here like the next few. Next, we've got Jake. 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 Jake is here because I have had two different scenarios playing Jake players. First scenario, they're really well at timing when to use their down smash abilities, that car and the whatever the other one is, the car and the house, it might be, I don't know. Don't even think it's a car now I think about it. Whatever it is. They're really good at timing when they do that, and also they use the horse so much that I literally can't put my feet on the ground for more than half a second before getting bashed off the edge. The other type of player is they're so shit at Jake, I can get away with battering them and only having maybe 30 damage by the end of the 1v1. Um, yeah, Jakes are either really good or really bad. Originally, Jake was up here in respectable, and then I started playing a lot more really bad Jake players, and I put him down to maybe like here. And then I thought about him and was like, you know what? No, he is meh, because there's good and there's really bad. Really good and really bad, so that's where he's going to go. Okay, next. Ooh. I've got a next one, and they're not great. You're going to know who it is from what I described, so let me just grab them first. They're not great, but they are decent, to be fair, with what their role is. So obviously, Rain Dog is a support. So his job is to protect the other player, heal them, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Whatever supports do in this game. Main thing, protect them and stop them from getting wrung out. However, when I played a few games as Rain Dog, I realised that their damage actually isn't bad. Even though they're very slow and not very good at moving around. But if an enemy comes to them, they can kind of defend themselves pretty well. Bit like Superman, where he's very slow, very I was about to say very slow, very sluggish. He's very slow, but when someone gets like, and also to be fair, when someone gets near him, he can't do any damage. But when someone gets in a bad position, he strikes out of nowhere and just lobs them out of the map. Rain Dog can definitely protect himself when he needs to, so his damage isn't bad. But as a support, there's been countless times. I've played over 300 games now, I think, in the game, and there has been countless times where the Rain Dog has yanked the character just when they're about to die and protect it and save their life, and it's like it's annoying, but it makes me every time like, oh yeah, Rain Dog's very good. So as a support, Rain Dog's definitely up there. But obviously, this is a game where you only get two characters on a team. It would be very helpful if you could have two that could fight properly. Maybe a tank and an assassin, or a bruiser and assassin, or something like that. You don't really want to have a support, I feel like. But as a support, he's very good. So he's not down the bottom, he's definitely up there. Right, next. This character is very cool. I played him, I didn't like him, but he is a cool character. But I am yet to come up against anyone that is good at him. Honestly, free win. Definitely, probably a free win. But after seeing how good some people can be, so when Will played him, Will was decent. I would put him in terrible, which sounds like, oh, look, I'd put him even higher. No, terrible. He's terrible still. I'm yet to play anyone that's actually good at him that can get me out. Like, I don't get killed by any LeBron James players, ever. They have one good move, and that's where they jump up in the air and slam down onto the ground. And even if you're on 70, 80 damage, you're dying to that 99% of the time, which is very annoying. But that's the only reason that LeBron James is here and not in free win, is because of that one single move. But apart from that, LeBron James is terrible. Okay, next is Garnet. It was going to be Taz, but then I don't know. Taz is like, he's got a very cool moveset, but he just isn't outputting damage. And as a bruiser, that's kind of what you need. So I'd definitely put Taz probably in free win, to be honest. But yeah, Garnet. Garnet is a dreadful character. You know what? No, I'm changing my mind. We're at the end here. Garnet is going in free win, and Taz is going in terrible. Taz is a very bad character. However, he has two kind of good moves. He can turn people into a chicken. And when they turn into a chicken, it is very easy to get them out. So if you have a Taz and you have, let's say, a Shaggy on the team, I don't know, just a random really good character, I feel like it's very easy to both of you be like, oh my god, target the chicken. You run after him, bam, the chicken's dead. It's gone, no chance. And for that reason, I'd say Taz is definitely decent still. The other move is the thing. I think it's I can't remember if it's neutral triangle or side triangle, or triangle. I mean special. Obviously, we're multi-plat game here. Multi-platform game. Side special or neutral special. I can't remember. But the thing where they do a spin from the cartoon, where they just spin infinitely, that is actually a really good move for high damage enemies. Just do that move, stand still and do it, and the enemy will get wrung out most of the time. So yeah, Taz is definitely decent, but he's not great anymore. Sadly, he just doesn't have the movement that you kind of need for a character like that. Next is Garnet. Garnet is decent, I guess. Nah, Garnet isn't good. Garnet is. You know what? I am going to put Garnet here. Yeah, Garnet is also terrible. Garnet has maybe one move, which is okay, but it's very slow, which is why she's not great. But I would say she isn't free win because it's not like you load into a game, a Garnet appears, and you go, "Oh, sweet, we've won. That's it then. We've won definitely." I'm gonna move Taz out, by the way. I've just thought about it. Yeah, Garnet can defend themselves, and if I reckon if a Garnet player gets good enough, they probably could beat you. Even if you're very good as one of these top characters, they could possibly beat you. But it would take a lot of effort, a lot of practice to actually get good enough as a Garnet to do that. So that's why I would say Garnet is terrible. But to end it off, you know who it's going to be, is Iron Giant. Iron Giant originally, when I first started the game, scared the shit out of me. They're so big! They're huge! They just, you see an Iron Giant and you're like, oh, great. And then they just slam on the ground, spin, fall to the side, punch, punch. They're just doing all these really slow moves, but they're hitting the whole arena. They're so big. But then I found a way in duos to win against Iron Giants so easily, and it's simply juggle them in the air. They can't do anything about it. If you see they're about to do a down smash move, which is really slow, you just go up and juggle them again. Oh no, they're about to do a dash to the side. You go to the side of them, juggle them again. It's just about juggling. Get them high enough damage, about 120 to 150, and start juggling. They'll probably die once they get to 180. You're going to have to juggle quite a bit. But if you and your teammate are both juggling loads, they're fucked. They're screwed. That's why Iron Giant is definitely the worst character in the game. So, here we go. Let's review our list. See if there's any I want to move. I was thinking maybe Taz could be good enough for Meh, to be honest. Taz is a decent character, and there've still been times where I get annoyed against a Taz. But, I don't know, for the fact they're a bruiser, and we're comparing them to Shaggy, to Batman, I mean, Jake, not great. I mean, LeBron James, that's even worse. But, we're comparing them to Shaggy and Batman here. Taz should be better, definitely. And I think if I remember rightly, closed alpha, closed beta sort of time, Taz was overpowered as fuck, but he got a day one nerf on the open beta, and now he's dreadful. So yeah, I would consider moving him, but now he's been nerfed into the ground. I think he is really bad. There's occasions where you find a good Taz player who can irritate you, but not irritate you enough because you're losing. It's irritate you enough because their moves are just annoying and they slow the game down and things like that. But you're never going to get annoyed against a Taz because they're better than you. It just doesn't happen. Not from my experience anyway. Anyway, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this tier list and if what things you would drastically move. I don't want people naming their whole tier list, but if you're just like, whoa, how could you put LeBron James in terrible? I'd say he's godly. Just let me know because I want to know what everyone else's opinion are, and maybe I'll be able to give a second thought to these other characters when I play them. Remember to like and subscribe for more MultiVersus content. I plan on coming up with loads of it. I've released 3 or 4 really good, in my opinion, videos so far. One was a glitch video, so ignore that one. But we've got I showcased the premium founders pack for the game. I had a video where me and Will went up against a double Iron Giant team and we destroyed them. And then we had another video where I got 500 damage in a single game, and I was very proud of that. So go check those out. They're amazing videos, and I'll see you all later.